Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the UWF Football Show here with head coach Kaleb Nobles. I'm Will Kennedy. We're back at home. We're in the weight room at the Darrell Gooden Center after a victory. 31-0 the final score. Nice win for the Argos over Mississippi College, and it feels good to get back in that column, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah, our guys put in a lot of good work to get the taste out of their mouth as far as losing last week, and so I'm excited how they played, how they responded, and I'm excited we played 60 minutes of Argo football.
Hey, just getting them back feeling comfortable in their home surroundings, but also you just need some successes, right?
For sure.
To kind of get back on track.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to get momentum rolling, right? And, we know we're going to play good teams this conference week in, week out. It's going to be a barn burner of a game. And so Mississippi College, you had a good team, but I'm excited how our guys played today and how they responded.
There was some weird stuff in this game, some stuff that I'm not quite sure I had ever seen before. Let's pick up the highlights in the first half, and you guys get the football to get things started. And I know you don't like to run your punter out there, but once again, I got to say, Logan Gregory did a nice job and really flipped the field a couple of times for you tonight.
He really did, and both these punters in this game were really, really good. Michael Shine's very good, and Logan Gregory's just as good as him, I think. And so, I thought he did a great job when he has to go out there to change field and flip the field and put the other offense inside the 20 a lot.
Michael Shine got a lot of work in. We'll get to that in a second.
Sure.
You got your second possession. You drive down. You get inside the 10. And I know it's frustrating when you can't punch that football in.
Yeah, for sure it is. And we went and put a little big guy package in there and try to get as many people on the field as we can. A lot of body weight. And so obviously some things we got to improve and keep working on. But it's usually just kind of one guy not doing his job, and so we got to keep pushing our guys to be accountable, to trust and do their technique and do their job at a high level.
Cade Lombardo missed a 24, 25-yard field goal, so you come away with no points, and then your defense is doing a great job, forcing them into punts and 3-and-outs a lot. You get the football back, you go on a drive that ends the first quarter and rolls into the second quarter. You get down there again, 4-yard line, 5-yard line. Another field goal attempt, and it's no good. But again, it's just you're getting in those positions, just unable to capitalize.
No, for sure. We're making plays to get down there, and unfortunately, we didn't finish as well as I would have loved to tonight. And so we got to improve on that. We have to keep getting better, but also improve on special teams. We do get down there in red zone. We got to finish the points, and it doesn't matter if it's 3 or 7. Obviously, we prefer 7, but we got to finish the points. Got to be more consistent down there.
Yeah, Tony Bartolo at quarterback instead of Marcus Stokes. He was out for the game. And, Tony, with his legs, made a couple plays, kept some things alive. Wasn't really a great passing day, but, you could see his veteran leadership a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Tony's got a calming presence about him that I think people kind of respond well to. And so we told him, hey, man, we're just going to play. Like, I'm not worried about first start here at UWF and just let him roll. So we feel like we got a good quarterback room, and they got to keep improving. But I think Tony did a good job and managed the game well enough to give us obviously a chance to win.
You get down there again, you miss 3 field goals, all about 25 yards, and the last one absolutely smashes the right upright and comes off. And I know at that point it's kind of like, hey, the crowd doesn't quite know what to do, and the energy was kind of out of the room. But your defense comes up and brings it right back. 2 straight weeks they've found the end zone. This was a weird one. Rashad Cowrie makes a great play on the football, breaks up the route, and defensive linemen love it when that ball just pops up and Kyrie Lewis is in his arms, and then. Holy mackerel, he's rolling 50 yards to the end zone.
No, Kyrie's a phenomenal athlete. Obviously a great job by Mike Shaw making the play, and I love Kyrie Lewis to death. He's a great kid, and so I'm excited that he puts in a lot of work, and I'm excited for that to be shown, and he was moving fast on that return, and so I'm excited that we get another defensive touchdown.
Rumbling, and some of his fellow defenders got out there through some nice blocks.
They did.
You guys punt one more time, but then get the ball back. Final seconds of the first half, and they're really kind of a catalyst. Your offense goes and moves it down the field, and you get an opportunity. This time, Tyler Patterson, he booms one from 36.
Yeah, no, excited to get one, and for him to get his first field goal here at UWF, and so excited that we get some points, and obviously we get a chance to do it. So I think our guys responded well to a little 2-minute drill, and then got the ball down there to give us a chance to score.
10-0 at the half. Was it a fiery locker room at halftime?
You could say the least. Yeah, it definitely was a little animated at halftime.
What was the message at that point? 10-0. You're dominating the football game, but the score doesn't reflect.
Yeah, for sure. It didn't feel like it. Obviously, we wanted to have a lot more points at halftime, but our guys, they responded well. We kind of got on to, hey, nobody else is showing up, right? There's nobody coming in this game to help you out. You guys got to work together, be linked arm in arm, and so. They did a good job responding and usually run the football well in the second half.
You guys are really keeping their run game in check. They had no room to go anywhere, and then really keeping their total offense numbers where I think it was negative for part of the first half. I know protecting your quarterback has got to be an emphasis, and it was a tough one again. I think 5 sacks tonight.
Yeah, no, it's some miscommunication things, little bitty things that obviously we got to keep getting shored up, and we know people are seeing and trying to exploit that a little bit. So we got to keep improving on our individual jobs, but also. Pass pro, you got 5 or 6 guys working together, so they got to be on the same page and make sure they're communicating who it is. But obviously we think we can improve on it and keep coming back.
Second half, you guys come back out and message received in the locker room a little bit, get an opportunity to dive into the highlights to take a look. You force them to punt, trade punts a little bit, and then defense forces another turnover, this time a nice interception. Virgil Lemons on the spot.
For sure. No, doing a great job. Virgil has a knack for finding the football, and he does a great job of making plays with the ball in his hands. And so excited that he's on our team, and he certainly helps us win a lot of games.
You guys had forced a fumble in the first half, too, that set up one of those, field goal misses. But again, forcing turnovers, forcing Mississippi College into some bad plays. You get, the opportunity after you turn them over, you guys turn over on downs. It's a punt after your defense holds. Virgil Lemons. We saw it week 1. This time comes all the way across the field, hits that sideline, 58 yards, he's at the house.
No, it was awesome, and we talk about all the time playing we fence and then playing together. Our special teams, we call them we fence, and so they know they got to work together and play at a high level, and we know that those plays are winning games, and they'll change the football game. So excited that we got another special teams touchdown. I'm excited that our guys have bought into what we're trying to preach on the special teams.
So defense has scored. Special teams has now put one up there. Offense has got a field goal, but offense has got to get in on this party, and you get that going. It takes into the fourth quarter, but you have a drive that starts into the third, rolls into the fourth, and it's really the TJ Lane show at this point. He rips off a 40-yarder, and then he punches it in, a couple of nice runs, and punches one in from 1 yard out.
Yeah, TJ is a phenomenal player, and he obviously has done some really good things since he's been here, and we know we can trust him with the ball in his hands, and excited that our guys answered the challenge and kept pounding the rock and trying to run up front, and then I think we finished like 260-something rushing, which is exciting, and so a lot of things we got to improve on, but we do got to look at the positives coming out of this game.
Yeah, Jamontez Woods has been dinged up a little bit, so you've gone to TJ. He's come in there and done a nice job. You get the football back, you're up 24-0. This time it's going to be Jay Sharp, and Jay rips off, 50-yarder, and then he punches, goes in from 12 yards out. Some of the moves that he was making, no hole there, and all of a sudden he's bouncing outside.
For sure, Jay Sharp's a great player. It's like TJ, like Jamontez. Those guys, they're not selfish. They know we're going to play a lot of running backs, and so Jay Sharp is a great addition to our team. He's been a phenomenal player, phenomenal teammate since he's been here. And so I'm excited that we get the momentum rolling a little bit with those guys.
Zach Johnson had picked up an interception in the second half too, so you've turned him over a bunch of times. You're up 31-0. You get the football back at the end of the game. You're really just kind of running it out, but you're putting some backups
For sure.
in there. You got Keyshawn Glanton in the game, and he just rips one. All of a sudden he's putting up 60, 70 yards just on one possession.
No, for sure. Keyshawn's a great player, and he's made some really good plays in training camp and so far through the season. So we feel good about the stable of backs we got, and excited that our guys came in and didn't quit. They kept moving and kept moving the line of scrimmage.
You mentioned 266 yards rushing, I think 94 yards passing, so it's 360-ish yards of total offense, and that's not bad, but that's probably not where you want to be. You're 500, 600.
That'd be great, yeah.
Jay Sharp ended up a first 100-yard rusher of the season, 133 yards with the touchdown, so the offensive line found a little rhythm later in the game.
They did. No, we've kept challenging them in the game. Hey, we got to keep rolling. This game's a four-quarter game, and just because the score says one thing doesn't mean the game's over. So we kept challenging, push the ball, run the ball, throw the ball whenever we need to, but keep running and let's control the clock.
I know our friend Cabell Connie, the defensive coordinator, has got to be feeling well. We hold Mississippi College to 7 yards of total offense. Michael Shine, their punted 11 times.
Right.
More punts than total yards.
That's right.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
I don't either, no, and I'm very proud of that defensive staff, and they put in a lot of really good work, and I gave Coach Connor a game ball after the game because I think he's definitely earned it, and as he would say, that it goes to the staff, goes to the players. So phenomenal job of them, and I'm excited that they're helping us win a lot of football games.
31-0 the final score. 2-2 now on the season, 1-1 in conference play. It does not get easier. Next week, Delta State comes in here. It's homecoming. It's a 4 o'clock kick. They've won another game this week, coming in here, 20th ranked in the country. It doesn't matter where this game is played, what the records are. These are two teams that are going to butt heads. It's going to be physical.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, the teams have played 4 times versus each other. Played in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, played in the regular season, obviously. Been some really good games between both sides, and so we know that it's going to be a really good game. Going to be a tough-nosed game, a hard-nosed game that you got to be physical in to win, and so our guys know we got to show up and have a great week of practice to go to play and put on a good showing for homecoming next week.
They're a little different than they've been because obviously Patrick Shagog's not there anymore. He's played quarterback for them for like 20 years, and then finally is out of the way. But they're still doing most of the same stuff. What do you expect from the state?
Yeah, they are. They've played a couple quarterbacks this year that they try and throw the ball around a little bit, but obviously they're going to hang your hat on the run game and pretty big O-line. So we know that we got to try and win the line of scrimmage, stop them up front, and really make the quarterback beat you with his leg, make the quarterback beat you throwing the ball, and keep everything in front of you.
What do you work on this week? What are the key focus points?
Yeah, obviously starting fast on all 3 facets of the game and consistency, right? Running the football, throwing the football, trying to just make sure we get everybody healthy is a big thing and improving. But, keep playing, complementary football, offense, defense, special teams, and chasing excellence while we do it.
it's always tough to pick a player of the game. And so Virgil Lemons obviously was the Kindred game, and that you could have had him. Could have had Jay Sharp for sure. We had to go with Kyrie Lewis on the broadcast just because defensive linemen do not score touchdowns.
That's right. Very rarely.
We need to
get the football in
celebrate
their
that.
hands. Absolutely.
Well, 31-0 the final. Delta State next week. It's homecoming, which is always big. You know, the homecoming king and queen, all that stuff gets named. 4 o'clock kick will be on the radio at 3:45 and the broadcast on Flow Sports at 4 o'clock. Coach, congratulations on the victory. We'll see you guys next week. And as always, go Argos.